Hi guys. I hope I didn't scare you when the video first started. So I'm gonna try as hard as I can to keep making videos during nap time, a couple a week at least. Did you miss me? Sorry, I took a shower last night because we took Vera to her water babies class, and which is just, it's such a wonderful experience. Everything with your first baby, I mean, not that subsequent children, you know, don't bring you joy, but there's something about first time experiences with a first child, especially after a long time conceiving. It's just, everything's beautiful. I even like the smell of her pee-pee diapers. Like, it doesn't gross me out. The poopy diapers are a different story, but they're still not even that bad. I don't know. So now that I'm done being weird, let's be real, I'm not. I thought I would do an old-fashioned get ready with me video. I talked way too much in the last one I made, and I'm not even sure I'm gonna post it because it would require editing because it was like 40 minutes long. So sorry, dry run, I guess. But I have my caboodle case here because I've been keeping my makeup on the first floor of the house. It's too hard to try and do it in my spare room where I used to. Because if the baby's awake, she gets into everything. So yeah, I took a shower last night before bed and I let my hair dry overnight. So it's a little bit crazy, but, and I'm still in my pajamas. This is a nursing nightgown. I don't really know when I'm gonna change. So hi, how are you guys doing? What's new with you guys? Thank you to everyone who's being so supportive of just everything I put out there content-wise. Just hearing a little something from you. I'm the biggest offender of watching videos and not commenting on them, mainly because I don't really watch them closely. I just listen to them while I'm folding laundry or doing my makeup, something like this. I don't actually sit and watch, and I usually can't the commenting system on the YouTube app also is terrible, because if you want to back out of the comment to look at something else or do anything else, it wants you to it's like keep writing or discard. How about there are other things in life? There's more to it than keep writing or discard. But anyway, such a pain. And sometimes I'm just like, fine, I'm just gonna discard it then. But, so you may notice that I am, shamefully, I will admit, not using cruelty-free products. This isn't. And some things aren't. It's kind of a mishmash. When I finally started feeling, and I'm not trying to sound like a martyr here, like, just please excuse how I'm gonna sound. But this is true. These are my true, you know, deep-seated feelings about me and my face and my life. I'm a mommy now, and it was my biggest goal always. And if you watched my channel in some of the harder days when one of my coping mechanisms was shopping, especially shopping for makeup, because I was overweight, and one of the only things that made me feel better about myself was buying something that always fit, which was makeup. Plus I just love makeup. I have an interest in it. So I felt guilty about the hundreds of dollars I was spending, sometimes every week, on makeup. I was making a good amount of money then. There wasn't a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for, competition with my Etsy shop. So I was in sort of like, it was sort of the high point of what I was making with my business. It struggled a little bit more after that. I was making, I don't know, like 18 to 20% less per year after, I don't know, 2014-ish. So TMI, I don't know. But I had a lot of income that I felt like I could spend whenever things were bad. I'd give myself a small allowance, and then I would spend it on makeup. But I felt guilty about how much I was spending on it. And I had all these reasons, and I still have videos up on it, but where I decided that to cut back on it and to feel a little bit better about it, I would purchase things that were cruelty-free. I still really believe in that. But sometimes those items are really pricey. And as you know, if you do watch people on YouTube, if you do watch people who do makeup, I don't really watch them myself. I used to. And sometimes it would just feel like this excessive, I don't know, the spending and the unnecessary, like having 86 pallets and never using it. But if you've learned anything from it, I mean, I'm not judging them because that's what they do and that's what they like and that's their job, some of them. But, oh, I use too much foundation. And I don't know where my beauty blender is, but that usually helps me a lot. What am I saying here? Anyway, a lot of them still always, no matter how much they buy, they always use the same products over and over again because there are things that just work for them. There are things that they just like best. There are things that they think are better quality for what the money is, etc. So to me, it's like, well, sometimes the thing that I like best is actually less expensive, but it's not cruelty-free. But I am a stay-at-home mom now. Greatest job I've ever had. And I would rather spend the money on a new pair of pants for my ever-growing big-thighed daughter. Hashtag thighs don't lie, because Mike says that all the time, even though I think he's trying to quote the Shakira song and he's not quoting it properly. But yeah, she's got these giant thighs and she just never fits in any pants ever. And the pants just get longer, they don't get wider. The bigger the size, the longer the pants, but the waistband stays the same. That's where I need the growth. So I'm forever trying to catch up with her growing feet and legs, and just wanting to spoil her. And how do you not spoil your child? Oh, I talk about that with Mike every day. I'm like, how do you keep them from being little spoiled brats? I just want to give her the world. So anyway, I feel a little bit of a struggle. Oh gosh, I just don't feel like blending it very well today or ever. Some days I'm like, that's enough. I don't feel like doing anything else. But anyway, but my battery's almost dying and she might wake up soon, so I'm going to try and do this quickly. Not that I have anywhere to go today, but yeah. Sometimes I feel guilty because the thing, if I'm going to spend the money, I don't want to try stuff that's not going to work and then I have to return it, or when the product that would work best, in my opinion, I know is $9 instead of $28 or whatever. That's just kind of what decides my purchases these days. Sorry, I had a little bit of a hormonal situation here with my, after I don't remember, and I've tried not to say the same things in every video, but forgive me. I really do believe that, you know, my brain is struggling a little bit now, postpartum and before, just always. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I got my cycle back, and accompanying it was a bunch of breakouts on my chin, more all at once than I've had ever in my life. I mean, I don't even remember having, you know, more than one or two I mean, I'm not trying to brag like that. Trust me, I had other problems, but just to be sensitive to people who've had skin issues. This is the worst my face has looked almost my entire life, so just trying to touch that up a little bit. This is the sort of the leftover of that situation. But so yes, so that's where things stand. There are some things that I feel they just happen to be cruelty-free and more expensive, so it works out, like Urban Decay stuff, and I'm pretty sure Too Faced is still. That's the other thing, stuff changes all the time and I don't have time to be looking that up, so someday I hope to do that again, very loyally, you know, and really stick by products that I know I feel 100% good about, not only the quality of them and how well they work for my skin and face, and my needs, you know, for color and all that stuff, but that also don't put awful things in little bunny's eyes and make me feel like I can't sleep at night because I think about all that stuff. So yeah, that's tough. Plus, I also feel like I just don't have the time or the patience to even care to research anything anymore. If I need something, I need something, and I have a kicking, you know, squirming baby in my arms that wants to get down and rip everything off the shelves, so I have to just grab something and run out of the store, hopefully not in disgrace, you know, make my purchase and leave. She's a really, really good baby, but she is getting to that phase where she's like trying to stand up in the shopping carts and stuff. She's become harder and harder to contain. She just wants to be free. She just wants to experience this beautiful world. It took her so long to get here. She's like, I got stuff to do, right? So yeah, I just used this as a bronzer. I had this and I wanted to repurchase it, but I couldn't really afford it at the time. I mean, I couldn't justify affording it. And they always end up like this. And I know that, and it's just so hard to get to that. It's become like this solid crusted over. There's probably something I can do about that, break it up and sort of who's got time for that? I don't even wash my hair sometimes. Like, how am I gonna reinvigorate my bronzer? So if that sounds like a lot of excuses to you, that's totally fine. That's my justification for how things are with that. And that's something that I've been a little bit nervous about talking about with you guys if I ever started up doing videos like this again. But I don't even tell you what the products are half the time, do I? I probably haven't even told you what anything I've used is so far. But yeah. Hope you guys are doing well though. I do miss this. I don't miss editing, and I don't plan to do it, so that's good. If I can work this out where I can just make something in one take, you know, or just splice a couple things together, then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try, at least. So, but what else is going on? I am making a lot of videos about keto lately because I've been talking about it again. I sort of did that thing to you guys and the world again where I did it for a few months and I made sure that I had a moderate amount of success with it before I started talking about it again and felt comfortable with where I was in it. You know, make it your own. I am the laziest, loosest, no rule book ketoer there is, and I still find that I've never felt better and that I am doing really well on it. In fact, I felt good enough to share it on my personal Facebook page, which I don't talk, you know, I've never shared that I have this YouTube channel with, I mean, I have some family members. There's a really good chance my dad doesn't even know I do this. So, I don't know, I just feel weird about it. I feel like I can't be me, and I can't, there's the me that I feel like I like to present to the world, and then there's the me that I like to be on YouTube, which is kind of more real than the me I like to be in public, you know? I feel like I need to have good posture and be polite and always say please and thank you. And here I feel like I can, I don't know, stick my finger up my nose if it's itchy like this, and I don't know. I just feel more comfortable, and I don't really want this to be, I don't know, I'm not trying to self-promote ever. So, but I did share keto there, and I've been talking, you know, I've had a lot of people inboxing me from my personal life, and then a lot of you guys, and I am just happy to help. So that's what I'm doing. Trying not to spend too much time with my face in my phone, so I do answer people a lot of the time after Vera has gone to bed or during her naps and things. I don't know, I just don't want her to always see me looking at my phone, and that matters a lot to me. So I know it's not, it's not like I'm that good about it, but anyway. So I feel like I've been talking a lot about keto lately. You're gonna see a lot of videos about it again. Some of you are into that, some of you are happy with that, but I know that there are some of you who just want to see this, so I want to make sure that I do this also. Having a little bit of an identity crisis with my eyebrows. I know they're supposed to be sisters and not twins and blah blah blah, but I have a round eyebrow and I have like my pointy eyebrow and my soft eyebrow. And I can't seem to correct it well enough with, I don't know, it bothers me more than it probably bothers anybody else. And it's okay. So, I'm pretty sure I had a few things that I wanted to talk about before I started this, but I'm forgetting now what they are. Wow, 15 minutes. Goes by fast. So I was holding Vera through her naps all the way up until this month. Actually, last week, I think. Last Monday is when I started putting her down for her naps, and she took to it like a champ. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging or being one of those parents, but I'm so lucky. I'm lucky that she's here, and I was willing to put up with anything. But I was blessed with a very good baby. And some days I'm like, when am I going to pay for this? Because she doesn't throw up. She doesn't spit up. She doesn't cry. She doesn't throw tantrums yet. I know that's probably coming, but she wasn't like a binky monster. She didn't even want binkies or bottles. She just breastfed like a champ. She still is. She's just the sweetest, most wonderful, happiest little thing. And you can add to that list, she sleeps pretty darn well, and she goes down for naps now. I can't believe my life. I really can't. And I know that she's a kid and things are going to change, and I'm ready. I'm ready for all that hard stuff. I'm ready for the challenging stuff. It's totally fine. I did see that Scary Mommy article recently. It was probably a couple months ago now. It was called something like Beware of the Trick Baby, where you have a really good baby that makes you think like, this is easy, let's have another one right away. The only reason I feel like that is because of my age. I am 35, and I've been 35 for 6 months now. Can you believe that? It's half over. I'm really enjoying it. Can we just do this for a little longer? I could do this. I could do 35 for like another decade, I think. 35 has been good to me. So I have to like get on that if I want to have a baby. And real talk, I'm probably going to say this again during my weight loss vlogs. And if you want to watch everything that I make, I'm going to repeat myself constantly because I always forget the things that I have and haven't said. And because I haven't edited, I definitely don't remember the things I haven't said. So forgive this. But, I'm not being that aggressive about weight loss. I'm not like working out and, tracking my macros and all that stuff, but I should be taking it a little more seriously, because if I look at the timeline of things, if I want to lose like 100 pounds to be comfortable in my own body, and I'm going to need a skin removal surgery, and I want to do that as early as I possibly can so I'm not older and all the risk factors for me, just dying while they're cutting all my skin off. And I want to have more babies, I'm really running out of time, and I'm totally fine with not having any more, but I want to give it a fighting chance. So I don't really have the luxury of just waiting around and seeing how things go. But you guys probably remember when I was trying to conceive, all the doctors that I would see as I was frantically, running out of my 20s and coming, into my 30s. And then I think I was still like 31 or 32 when a couple of doctors kept saying to me, multiple doctors would be like, well, you're still young. Yeah, but after 35, you're not anymore. At least by pregnancy standards, that's considered really, really old, and you might as well be 70 and trying to conceive. So it was weird to me how they would act like, oh, you got time, don't worry about all this or don't stress. It's like, really? I don't think I do. So I don't know. It's kind of my mindset. So prepared to be taken along on the journey with me as I try and give my amazing, well-deserving husband the best looking and feeling wife he's ever had, my wonderful daughter, the mother she deserves, and me, the me I deserve. That I still don't fully believe I deserve it, but I do, and I have to learn to believe that. So if it gets annoying, then just don't watch those videos. I don't know what to say. Sometimes when someone that you really like is on a journey for personal growth, they get really annoying about it, and I have witnessed that, and I don't want to be that way, but I think that some people are just sensitive to it. So I was just talking to someone in the comments this morning, and I just mentioned to my mother about how, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody because it happened relatively recently if you're not caught up, but there's a popular TV show that's on that I've been trying to watch during various nap times, or just, in like 5-minute increments here and there. I really don't get to sit down and see a whole episode, but I realized how damaged I am emotionally to you know, to my struggle, because I'm in this amazing, never been better place in my life, as far as all of my TTC issues and everything, but I'm still, it still burns. I still have some bitterness, because there's a storyline in this TV show where it was revealed that a character was pregnant, and I was telling my mom, I was like, low power mode. I was like, I don't think I want to watch that anymore, because it just bothered me. I don't know. I'm okay now, though. I'm over it now. But, so, everybody's got something they're sensitive to, and I get that. And I want to be careful, but I also, it's kind of like, well, it's my life, and this is what's happening. So if you want to look at it, then you're going to see stuff like that, you know? That's what YouTube does. It makes you preemptively defensive to things that people haven't even complained about yet. And I'm also pretty lucky in that regard, because I don't really get a lot of negativity. I don't know if it's because I'm just not popular enough, or if it's because I don't, you know, because all of the times that I try so hard to be delicate about, you know, some of the more controversial things, it works. I don't know. So what happened recently, both of my parents turned 60 this year. They have birthdays really close. My dad's birthday is the beginning of September. It's the day after my wedding anniversary. So my dad's birthday, it was the beginning of September. Then Mike's mom's birthday is 3 days before my mom's birthday in October. And I feel bad. I wish their birthdays were more spread out so we could afford to do a lot more for them. But it, you know, it always works out that way. And April and October are my brokest months of the year, every year since I can remember. Like, since I started working when I was 19. Do you guys have months like that? Where every year, no matter what, those months are the tightest financially for you. And no matter how you try and prepare and squirrel away and, you know, keep that from happening, life just wants to be consistent, I suppose. And you don't get away with, I don't know. Does that happen to anybody else? Those are my months. But it all ends up working out. Everything ends up being okay, you know? The universe provides. So, yeah, so we did that. We went, and for my mom's birthday, was that last week already? Last weekend? Yes. We did painting with a twist, which I've never done before. There's a lot of different versions of it, but it's where you go to a studio and you have an instructed art project. It's a painting, spoiler alert. And we did that with my mother, and surprised her with a few friends and family members joining us. And sorry, I have this pencil. I've probably done this before in front of you guys. This Anastasia, this brow wiz, and I don't like using it on my brows, and it was kind of expensive, so I'm gonna use it to just do this and darken my mole. I saw somebody else do this once, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. So, otherwise I'd be kind of embarrassed about it for some reason. I don't know. And that was fun. It was hard for me because as an artist, I've never really been in a step-by-step instruction thing, but I liked it. It was fun. And it makes me sad kind of that it was over, and I feel like I want to do something again and make plans. I'm really working on trying to be more social. I should get my charger. Hold on. Okay, sorry. I really shouldn't talk much longer, but I didn't want my phone to die. I'm trying to work on my social anxiety and all of that. I initiated a couple of playdates with people, and I haven't talked to them since, and I don't know how to tell them that that was really hard for me and it was a weird thing for me to do in the first place. So if they want to see me again, to let me know, but I also don't want them to feel obligated to. But I want Vera to have, you know, playtime with kids her age, and a lot of the kids that we know, or at least are in our family, are a lot older than her, and they're in school and stuff, or their parents are working during the day when I would want to do something. So, and during her swim class last night, you know, she's been in swim in her water babies class for 5 or 6 weeks now. And a couple of the moms were starting to finally feel comfortable. Mike and I have been trading on and off, and he was joking, or maybe not joking, that he thinks he makes them uncomfortable when he's in the class. But there's other dads who do it too, so he's just being insecure. Because I know he enjoys it so much also, so we trade on and off. But a couple of the moms were starting to finally like warm up and socialize a little bit last night. And I was having such a hard time with it. I mean, I can't hear anything in that pool. It's in a high school pool, and there's tons of classes going on, and the echoes and everything. I can't hear. My hearing is so bad. And on top of that, the whole time someone's talking to me, I'm panicking, like, you're talking to me, you're talking to me, you're talking to me, what are you saying? And then I don't even know how to respond. So they probably asked me questions, and I was like, yeah. And now they think I'm weird because I couldn't hear them, and I couldn't just be like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. So that's that. I'm gonna have to learn how to not be a weirdo around other parents. I feel like in this day and age of social media, it makes things so much easier and more difficult all at once, you know? I'm not the kind of person who's gonna want scheduled play dates all the time, but I also want to see people more than once every 4 or 5 months too. And it's like, I don't know how to initiate that. Or if I do and then they can't do something, I'm not going to be like, oh, come on. I can't, you know, I can't force them. So that's a little bit tough for me. I know that there's an app, I think I talked about it recently, or maybe I didn't talk about it in a video, but I made a post online about how there was an app that was supposed to help moms, you know, who have children of similar ages meet, you know, if they have similar nap times and all that stuff. And it's kind of like Tinder for moms. And I was on it for probably 40 seconds. I was probably the shortest run account ever. I was on it, and the first person it suggested to me, I kind of knew through like other people, but I don't think I've actually spoken to her or met her. And I panicked, and I was like, if I can see her, she can see me, and I closed it. But isn't that the point? So I really don't want to pass this weirdness on to my little girl. I hope she's got bigger balls than her mama. So, yeah. There's something about that also, though, that I wanted to say. No, I can't remember what it was. I don't know. I do have a longtime friend that I broke up with a long time ago. I actually made a video about it. It was a big deal in my life. And I just happen to know that she has a little one now, who's older than Vera by, you know, a few months at least, or maybe a year, I don't know. And sometimes I find myself wishing that I was still friends with her just so that our children could play. And it's so easy. It's just like relationships. We've all had one like this, right? Where yep, I still do that, you guys. My terrible habit of trying to blow my excess powders off my face like that. Let's name that. Is that a Popeye face? Is that a Popeye face? Am I making a reference that's way, way too old for the world? How do people teach their kids to eat spinach if they don't reference Popeye? To be honest, he didn't make it look that appetizing either. But no, then I remember how unhealthy that friendship was and how miserable I would probably be. And then I think about all the things that she would talk about behind my back, like, oh, you won't believe that Carissa, you know, I don't know. She would judge my parenting. Everybody does, though, probably, right? Everybody judges something. But she would do it a lot more. She would do it extra, and she'd tell her friends. So every time that thought creeps into my head, I'm like, no, and screw her. I hope she's very happy, but screw her. I'm so glad I don't have to be exposed to it. So I do think about that, but I don't know. It'll get easier, right? Or not. I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm trying not to be also too weird and never leave the house with her and always just want to protect her, and because the world is scarier than ever. It's always scarier than ever, though, isn't it? Probably. But the world is scarier than ever. I think about places I want to go with her, and then I'm like, what if there's an active shooter? What if there isn't? You could have a wonderful time and make beautiful memories. But if there is, what's the worst case scenario? Let's panic and hunker down and never go anywhere except for Wegmans or Target, you know? So I have to work on that. But truly, I think my anxiety is an all-time low since she was born. The first, I think, 3-ish months, 3 to 4 months after she was born, I was very, very anxious. Is she awake? Nope. But I think I'm doing a lot better with that now. Like last year during flu season, you know, of course she was born in the, right in the smack middle of flu season, which I guess flu season's from like October to June or something. But yeah, she was born December 30th, so I didn't go I mean, her doctor, her pediatrician, and the nurse practitioner in that office did kind of scare me. They were like, don't take her out of the house if you don't have to. If you don't have anywhere to go, don't go anywhere. It's not worth risking her health. And I was like, and they said, and you too, because if you get sick, you'll pass it to her. So I was like, okay. And I really barely went anywhere when she was first born. Now this flu season again, I'm like, well, she's not that much older. Her immune system isn't that much better, so let's hunker back down. Oh, but it's okay. We're okay. She's got a few friends that we have occasional play dates with, and then she's got her cousins that she sees, and family members that she sees, and her little world is so beautiful right now, and so is mine, and we're doing great. I can make a lot of jokes about things and make them seem like they're more serious issues than they are, but that's just me. That's just, you know, I've always been the queen of self-deprecating jokes. That's why some of you are here, I think. So, welcome. But, yeah, so I think this is the end of my face today and my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if there's anything special you want to see that doesn't require too much effort on my part that I can pretty much promise you and make, I will do it. I haven't really been shopping, so I don't. Oh, and they closed my, I haven't told you guys, they closed my favorite thrift store. It's because I was pregnant and I couldn't fit into anything, and I was gaining weight again, so I wasn't shopping and I was buying baby stuff. I know it. It's my fault they closed. I just know it. And I wasn't donating anything either. I'm the reason they closed probably. But yeah, so I haven't really been thrift shopping or shopping much for myself at all. In fact, I've been shopping a lot online, and then, you know, stuff gets here and it doesn't fit properly, and then it's a huge pain because I have to send it back and print a return label and all that jazz. But when I do have like a nice big shopping trip again, I will make some of those kind of videos for you. But other than that, oh, and those are so much work because it's no good if I don't show you the clothes, right? So if I try them on, then I have to edit that, and it's just, but anyway, other than that, if there's anything you guys want to see or talk about, just let me know, and let's do this again soon, okay? All right, guys, bye. Boop.